This is a Discovery 48S. Now this is your proper custom yacht building. They build these, it takes about 9 to 10 months to turn one of these out, and they're done very, very much to owner specification. They don't make them for stock. Somebody comes along, they talk about what they want, and they build them the boat of their dreams. And this is an example of that. It's an absolutely stunning looking machine. Being a Discovery, it's very much the deck saloon styling. So you see this when we go inside. You've got this big deck saloon area, and you've got cabins the full length as well. It's an absolutely beautiful, beautiful boat. You can see it's got the drop-down electric transom at the back to make that into a swim platform, but we will head on board and we'll give you the full tour. This is very much worth seeing. It's a stunning, stunning piece of kit. So what we'll do is we'll head round to the back first of all, I think, take a look at the cockpit, and then we'll work our way through the whole boat. So if we come right to the very back first of all, you can see you've got these seats around at the back here, which are very nice. These are for a tender, so they're davits that will lift a tender up. And also down here, if we open this one, you can see we've got an absolutely massive lazarette down in here for all your gear. You can put folding bikes in there or deck gear or whatever you want. That's a really good size. The point of these boats is all about long distance sailing. It's the sort of thing you can head off not just across the channel but across the Atlantic. It's a proper offshore boat. Let's close that back up. So we've got the twin wheels here. It's got a bimini on here, as you can see, and also the spray hood. You can of course fold all this down and be left with just the arch, but also you can enclose this. So you can see there's zips along here, there's sections that come in, and this whole cockpit can be enclosed if you want it to be. So you can set that up however you like. Another thing that's quite interesting, this one's got solar panels up on the top of it as well. So that's generating electricity. Look at the light that they've put in the end of the boom there. That's a neat trick as well. This is a sideband antenna. You can see it goes all the way up there. And again, that's all about long distance sailing. It means you can communicate even when you're a long way offshore. There's a life raft over here. We'll take a turn around the decks first of all. All the lines lead aft, so you can control everything from back here. And then if we walk up here, this again is that deck saloon raised area. You'll see that when we go inside, just what a difference that makes. This one's got the in-mast furling. And then if we head right on up to the front, you'll see it's got self-tacking for the foresail, and there are 2 forestays here. So that means that you can have these out goose-winged if you're going downwind. And in fact, there are poles to pull those out with. I'll show you those in just a moment. And right up at the front here, these are what they call dolphin seats, because you can sit here when you're offshore and the dolphins are playing in the bow wave. That's absolutely fantastic. But if we lift those out of the way for a moment, you'll see that underneath here is a really huge deck locker. So sails or whatever else you want to put in there, there's a massive space in there to put those in. There we go. Let's drop those back down. That stainless steel pipe there, incidentally, that's for a spinnaker, so you can hoist a spinnaker up through there. And as we look on back down, we've got the flush hatches here. It's got the teak decking as well. It's all very nicely done. Very substantial. Look at the size of these shrouds. Absolutely amazing. Let's go right back, because I think the interior is where this boat also really shines. I was going to say where it really shines, but I have to add also, because it's just amazing everywhere, this one. So cockpit here, as I say, twin helm stations, and you've got your Brooks and Gatehouse navigation and your compasses on there. These are bow and stern thruster. You've got a chain counter there for your electric anchor winch. This is interesting. This is actually got a lifting keel. You can see at the minute it's about halfway deployed. So that's all the way up and all the way down. And it's controlled with these buttons here. It takes the draft of the boat, so the amount of water that it floats in, from 3 meters with it all the way down to 1 meter with it all the way up. In fact, with it all the way up, you can, and people have, beached these. Get a nice calm down, you can nose this up onto a beach. You couldn't do that, obviously, with a fixed keel. There is a fixed keel option if you want it, but this lifting keel is very popular. These sides of the table lift up, of course, so that you've got seating and eating all the way around here. And if we go on through here, this will take us down to the accommodation. Now there's a lot of customization. As I say, these are handmade for each owner. So you choose your woodwork and you choose your layout. There's 2 cabin or 3 cabin versions. And this is what this owner has gone for. So he's gone for the walnut wood. Looks really good. And then this is this deck saloon. So you've got these big windows all the way around, a great view out. Nav station down here as well. And then this lovely saloon area. And look at this woodwork in here. It's absolutely beautiful. If we open this up, you'll see. Yeah, that is not a sticker. That's actually in the wood, but you can't feel it. It's completely smooth. It's absolutely beautifully done. You can see when you come in here why these take 10 months to build. It's a proper quality machine. So what have we got in here? This is the switch panel here for all the electrics. One of the options you can have is to have like a pilot berth down here. This owner instead has gone for storage. So he's got extra cold storage in here as well as what's in the galley. In fact, it's a wine cooler to be precise. I like his style. And then a load more storage along in places like this. And then if we head on forward, down here is the master cabin. Really good size. In fact, if you opt for the 3 cabin version, what you have is a bulkhead that goes down here. So this whole area here becomes a bunk cabin. So imagine that this comes across and then to here, these then become 2 separate areas. So 3 cabin gives you bunks in here. And then what you'd have is the aft cabin, which I'll show you in a minute, would become the owner's cabin. But with this layout, 2 cabins, which is the most popular layout, this just gives you a ton of storage because it is the kind of boat that you're going to disappear on for 6 months or a year at a time. So clearly, space is everything. Space and storage, so you can be really comfortable on board. I won't open every one because there are a lot of them, but you get the idea. I love this dressing area just here. And the finish as well. Look at these little stainless steel fillets they put in places like this. And then you've got these lovely hull windows. Of course, these are blinds that come down across them, like so. And the quality, again, of this beautiful walnut woodwork. Absolutely stunning. Bed is there, again, hull windows and deck hatches, so there's a load of light and ventilation into here. All these deck hatches open. And this has its own ensuite, so that's over here. Again, look at this. Isn't it beautiful? You can see where the money is in a boat like this, can't you? And that has a separate shower area. Like so. And underneath the floor, this is accessing ship systems, so plumbing, wiring, all that kind of stuff. That can all be reached through all these various traps. So for maintenance, it means you can get to everything nice and easily. Let's come back out of here and head on a bit further back down the boat. A couple of other things to show you while we're here. This one is a water maker, so you can create your own fresh water while you're at sea. There's also a generator that's tucked away down underneath that side. And then over here, it's a little washing machine. So you're really self-sufficient when you're out at sea. Now we'll go over to this side first of all. This then is the galley area, of course. Got Korean work surfaces. Again, you can choose all this and have it however you want it. And then here is fridge. This is all storage up and behind here. That one there is a load more storage, so it really gets into every area. And then you've got electric microwave, but the cooking is gas, so that operates without needing a generator or shore power. This one over here is a freezer, and you've also got heating and air conditioning on this boat as well. Very nicely done indeed, isn't it? But there's so much light into here. This is what this deck saloon gives you, these big windows. Normally in a yacht, you tend to be really right down underneath the small windows on either side. But this This is fantastic. We're spending a lot of time on the boat. This works really, really well. And the view out is amazing. We're at Ocean Village in Southampton at the moment. There we go, you can see it out through there. Very nice. Let's head on back a little bit further. So this then is the day heads. You can see you step down into here. What's quite neat is that what they've done in here, this is the shower area, and then you've got the toilet back there. We've got these closed over at the minute because they open up. But what you can do is open this, and that is a wet locker. So when you come in and you've been sailing and your gear's all wet because there's been spray or rain, then you can hang it up in there, and that actually drains down into the shower area, and it's ventilated. You can see it here. So it means that your clothing can dry out without getting everything wet because it's tucked away in there. Oh, very nifty. Let's go on back a little bit further. This then is the guest cabin, and it's the master cabin if you have the 3 cabin version, of course. It's a really good size. And that beautiful woodwork again. There's so much light in here, actually, it really shows it off because, again, you've got these big windows everywhere. And I love the way they've done the lighting down underneath here as well. It's a real class act, this boat. Over here, again, load more storage. It's exactly what you need in a boat like this. These are opening windows, so you can get ventilation into here. You don't have to use the air conditioning if you don't want to. More storage around here. There's storage under the bed, of course. And if we open that one there, you see there's a big storage area underneath there. And again, all these little traps are accessing systems in the boat. In that case, it's the shaft for the engine, in fact. You really can get to everything. Very important if you're doing long distance sailing. That one there takes you to the back of the engine. The engine's up through there. And also in here, this is ensuite access through to that heads that we just looked at. So that's that shower area with the wet locker. And then the loo is back in behind here. And again, little bits of storage tucked away around the place. And even this, if you look inside, I don't know how you can see this with the old GoPro, but even that is illuminated up inside there. The detail on this is brilliant. I'm a little bit smitten by this, as you can probably tell. You can see the toilet has got heater outlets in it as well, so that keeps that all nice and heated. Brilliant, of course, if you're drying stuff in there, or just keeping the boat warm if you're in colder climates. So there we go. Let's come out of here, back into the saloon area. The only thing we haven't seen is the engine, and that again is accessed through these little traps. It's a Yanmar diesel engine. It's 80 horsepower. This is getting you to part of it. There we go. You can see it down through there. But you can also lift up these steps or get panels out from the side or get into the back. So it is actually pretty accessible. It just depends which bit you want to get to. So there we go. Discovery 48S. Love it. Let's set up this chart area, I think. And there we go. And I'll say a huge thanks to Discovery for organising that tour for me. Really appreciate that one. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think of it. And huge thanks as ever to you guys for watching. We'll catch you on another one of these very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.